Hello everyone, so today we are talking about sacred space. So one of the most sacred places is outdoors, which is what I am today. So what is a sacred space? It is something that is holy, a place, a space that is holy. It can be naturally occurring, or it can be something that has been accumulated by personal attention. So for example, a naturally occurring sacred space can be a power spot like New York City, like Mount Shasta, the Grand Canyon, the Caribbean islands. Those are places that have a certain amount of power based on the land itself, the energy that is there. And when we go there, we get to experience that vibration. And not only do we experience it, we can actually bring it into our own being by spending time there, by meditating there, by focusing on the power that is in that location. So how do you know what type of energy is in what location? You can go to a place that has health benefits, wealth energy, spiritual energy. So how you find out is when you look around. So for example, Mount Shasta. It's known for its spiritual qualities. When you go there, you'll find a lot of spiritual bookstores and people and activities going on because that place, that sacred space, holds the energy for that to happen. New York City is a power place for wealth. Now, some may argue that there are a lot of homeless people and that there are poor people in New York City. That's true, but there are also more billionaires in New York City than anywhere else in the world. And it is one of the most powerful places for a global exchange of currency. The Caribbean island is a great place for healing. And if you've been there, you probably have experienced that yourself through the waters that are there and the beautiful energy that kind of flows through everything. So in order to take advantage of a sacred space like that, you have to go to it. You have to be in that energy and you have to meditate and really focus, spend enough time to have it flow through you, to have it make a difference. So what if you can't go to one of those naturally occurring sacred spaces? You can create your own. And what that looks like is nature. So if you are able to get anywhere in nature, even if you're in a city, oftentimes there are parks, places where you can experience the earth and the trees and flowers and things that can ground you in the natural energy of Mother Earth. So that's one way. Another way is to create that space in your home by making an altar or designating a room or even a place in a room on where you can go to facilitate a certain energy that you want to create there. So maybe you want to make it your calm corner, or maybe you want to make it your holy altar where you put sacred items there so you can remember and meditate and facilitate that energy. So that's accumulating energy. Or you go to a church. A church is a great example of a place that has accumulated energy because people go there to pray. And I've walked into amazing churches, just you could feel the energy because it has been a place where people continually do something holy and sacred to them. Sometimes those two things cross over. So they can be naturally occurring, it can also be accumulated energy. For example, temples in India. They're often built on power centers, vortexes, but then they're for the continuation of that energy through the worship and rituals that are done there. So you're compounding the power and energy of that place. Another example, I went to Greece and there was this beautiful church, but you could also see the ruins where a Greek temple had stood. So clearly that was a place that had power. People knew it had power, so they built a place to worship, to help facilitate the worship. The Temple Mount is another example of that. So if you can't get to any of those places, like I said, build your own sacred space in your house, go out in nature and experience that. And what it does is it helps us to raise our attention, to raise our energy, and to meditate better. So that's what you want to be able to do in order to continue to facilitate your ability to transform yourselves, use Dr. Ply's teachings, and continue to meditate and continue your spiritual practice. So stay tuned because next week what I'm going to do is teach you how to create that altar in your home, create a sacred space just for you. So thank you for tuning in, and until next time, namaste.